Reach out, oh, reach out, let your light shine so bright, like Bob Dylan said, don't give up the fight and reach out, reach out, reach out, reach out, reach out, oh, reach out, eat a piece of chocolate, or two, or three. I will talk to you. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for the first ever Out of the Darkness concert. I really wanted to do this concert so that we could talk about going out of the darkness on this darkest day of the year and going into the light. I've been volunteering my time for suicide prevention education for many years, and have gone through the Safe Talk trainings with the American Foundation of Suicide Prevention, which I highly recommend to all of you. And I also recommend volunteering and giving what you can to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. It's such a vital organization in our world. And I've done this after losing my brother John to suicide. And we'd been worried a long time about him, but he had physical, mental health problems and become very hard to reach. And those of us who've lost people to suicide, I think, would agree that that's a problem, is just how to reach people. And as someone who's very involved in the arts, I know that the arts are a wonderful way to reach people. So that's why I really wanted to put this concert together. And I've invited some of my favorite people here today so that we can all kind of channel our energy into helping others and to convincing other people's brothers and sisters and mothers and fathers and cousins and friends to stay. And it's a hard time of year for all of us, but I really believe we can get through this together. Once you hear the voices that we have assembled tonight, I dare you to stay depressed, because it's going to be a great show. And one of my favorite people in Bloomington, Indiana is here with me today, my co-host, Yael Cassander. Yael, I want to really, really thank you for agreeing to host this with me, as I know you're very busy with your 2 teenagers and your work. So thank you for taking time out to do the show, Out of the Darkness, our first concert. And I'd love for you to tell us more about yourself and what what you're doing during this crazy time, the pandemic, and it's winter solstice. How are you?
Well, thank you, Rachel, and thank you so much for your leadership with this concert and the work that you've been doing with regard to suicide prevention. I'm doing just fine. I'm doing great, and I'm really happy to be here. I'm really happy too to channel the arts in service of this cause. We know that there is a significant sort of overlap there in those communities, and I should say that you and I, Rachel, connected earlier this summer. Maybe was it August?
Right around there, July, actually, I think.
July, at the funeral of a mutual friend, and I think that's probably where we started talking about collaborations. A friend who had taken her life, and we knew that she had thought about that for a long time. And in fact, I had even interviewed her as an artist about mental illness and the extent to which it intervened in her artistic life, and sort of was a thread throughout it. I'm here because of her, because of our friend Carol. I'm also here because of many friends over the years. Many who've lived artistic lives, my friend Peter, my friend David, my little friend Jojo, who was a teenager, and many others. Of course, suicide is not limited to those who are in the arts. We know that deaths of despair have increased a great deal over the past few years, and the coronavirus pandemic has only increased the frequency of it. People
Definitely.
isolated, people are financially desperate. There are all kinds of things that are being triggered by this. And so we're here because we want to shine a light in that darkness and can get better.
Yes.
Here to be part of the solution. I'm so happy to be joined here with you, Rachel, and with friends who are watching near and far. So thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Al. And I would like to say that, this is, if this is an awareness raiser for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, the Indiana chapter, and we do ask you to go to their website, afsp.org. And if you're struggling, there is a hotline. It's a 24/7 hotline. The phone number is 800-273 8255. Let me try that again. 800-273-8255, or you can text talk to 741-741. Our next song is by Sarah Flint. Do you want to, I think you know Sarah Flint, right, Yael? You've worked.
Yeah, I've known Sarah for almost the entire 2 decades that I've lived in Bloomington. We were DJs at WFHB together. So she helped me get my chops on the radio. And Sarah is a very fine musician and guitar teacher. She has played with John Mellencamp. I think that's her singing in the background of ROCK in the USA.
Never knew that. Are you serious?
Yeah, among other feats. And she's a super sweet person. She's very, very calm and terrific person. So I as I would say about all of the folks on this particular concert, not only is she a stellar musician, but she's also an outstanding human. So Sarah Flint, can't wait to hear her song.
Made a wrong turn once or twice, dug my way out blood and fire. Bad decisions, that's alright. Welcome to my silly life. Mistreated, misplaced, misunderstood, no way, it's all good. It didn't slow me down. Mistaken, always second guessing, underestimated. Look, I'm still around. Pretty please, don't you ever feel like you're less than perfect. Pretty please, if you ever feel like you're nothing, you are perfect. You're so mean when you talk about yourself. You were wrong. Change the voices in your head, make them like you instead. So complicated, look how big you make it, filled with so much hatred, such a tired game. It's enough, I've done all I can think of, chased down all my demons, I see you do the same. Pretty please, don't you ever feel like you're less than perfect. Pretty please, if you ever feel like you're nothing, you are perfect. The whole world's scared, so I swallow my fear. The only thing I should be drinking is an ice cold beer. So cool in mind, and we try, but we try too hard, and it's a waste of my time. Done looking for the critics, cause they're everywhere. They don't like my jeans, they don't get my hair. Strange ourselves, and we do it all the time. Why do we do that? Why do we do that? Why do I do that? Yeah. Oh, pretty please, if you ever feel like
loved that. I don't know. I had to stop myself from singing along. Otherwise, it was Sarah's time. But were you kind of singing along in your head too?
Oh, I love it so much. I mean, that was just such an emphatic affirmation. I That's the thing, making those voices in your head shut the heck up, right?
Yes. And one thing I love about Sarah is, well, first of all, I didn't know she sang with Mellencamp, but she's just such a wonderful a giver, and she doesn't brag. One of my favorite things is when you have this, she has this great history, and not only did she play with Mellencamp, she's probably one of the few musicians on the planet who has played with Jesse Eisenberg as her drummer, because Sarah volunteered her time to bring attention to we actually did an event that was for survivors of sexual assault, and on the city hall steps here in Bloomington, and she and I sang that song. So that was kind of a request. We sang that with another friend of mine, Alexis, and Jesse was on drums. And it was pretty fun. It was actually a really fun time, and I love that.
If you think about all of the work that she's done, also conveying skills to the next generation as a guitar teacher, and especially as a woman, that's a really a very important just simple process, because you think, oh, all of the, it's such a guide dominated thing to be a guitar slinger.
Yeah.
But as Taylor can attest, Sarah has been very instrumental in the Girls Who Rock camp. I mean, if you think of hundreds probably of students, especially girls, who Sarah has taught over the years, it's really very powerful.
Yeah, and she's actually supported my work in that I met her because I was teaching her daughter Jane. Little side note, may or may not go into the show, but I love her and her family. She's a great gem in our community, and I think a gem for the world. So thank you, Sarah, for being part of our show today. Sarah Flint. And Yael, do you want to tell us about our next performer?
Absolutely. This is another one of the local artists that we are incredibly blessed to have here in this community, who also has a national and international following of some size. Krista Detour, who is a special talent. Her music is mysterious, sexy, enchanting. I mean, I think this woman can cast spells with her singing and her unique musicianship. So I'm really looking forward to harnessing that power in the service of our cause today.
Hi, everybody. I'm Krista Detour, and I am honored to be here at the Out of the Darkness concert event. I want to thank Rachel Himsel for organizing this and being the powerhouse behind this. I think it's an extremely worthwhile event, especially now, very, very timely. We're heading into a dark period here in the US and the world probably at large. The next couple of months are going to be extremely difficult, and so I think every little bit of light that we can shed in dark places is good. And we've all been touched by depression, all of us, in varying degrees, either ourselves or personally, or people we love, people in the community. Its ravages are far-reaching and extraordinary at times. And I think the way that we get through those hard periods is by shining light into dark places. So I myself, having dealt with depression for a long time, I have found that it exists in places in my deep past. So shedding light in those places has helped tremendously. And that's what I wanted to present tonight. It's a song called Memory is a Miracle, and I wrote it about 10 days ago, and celebrating the first night of Hanukkah, when that first light is lit at sundown. It seemed like such a powerful moment and powerful statement. And I can't live stream from where I live out here on the farm in the middle of Indiana. Music has not worked very well. I can do little live blips like this, but so I just put together a video for you, and I hope that that's all right. But it is the statement that I wanted to make. The memory is a miracle. Thank you. Light the candle on the mantle, oh, just before the night comes. Oh, memorize a miracle. Oh, sweep away the dark and light the light. Lights flicker in the window, twinkle like the stars. Oh, love is in the firing flame, and all that love is ours. Oh, the wonderfulness of the sundown of the stars that shine so quiet, bright. I dart my eyes over the roofs of houses toward the sky of honeybees. They're in the wood, they're all asleep. They're in the wood, and what is deep? They're in the wood. Is memory, and memory is a miracle. Oh, the past becomes the day. Oh, the smell of oil is in the air. Oh, they swept the darkness all away. We sweep the darkness away.
That was amazing. And you guys, that was like a world premiere, by the way. We were the first audience to ever hear that song, and what, Yael, it just, yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. That's such, what a, well, there's some poet who said, no tears in the writer, no tears in the reader. And I think that clearly that was born of a place of real authenticity. And what a song for winter,
Yes.
The imagery was incredible too. That Indiana forest with the snow. That was outstanding.
It was beautiful. Krista just, I would call her a genius. I think she's a genius among us, and an emotional genius, and just a songwriting genius. So thank you so much, Krista, for gifting us that song and gifting us, sharing your gifts with us.
Thank you, Krista. That was tremendous. I love the message of hope in the dark Indiana winter.